I congratulate the Military Bowl officials, Steve Beck, the CEO, and all the other staff members, because they've really shown the guys a great time. We've had fun, but at the same time, it's been very educational. We've toured the Capitol, and we've driven around the White House and seen all the monuments, and had tour guides to tell us about all the history for each one. So it's been a great history lesson. And probably the best of all is we went to the African American Culture Museum and spent a couple hours there, and that was something that a lot of teams don't do, and our team really enjoyed it. So, and our families have likewise had a good time, and at the same time we've been able to balance that with work, because we get up early in the morning and we practice, and then they're through by probably 1 o'clock in the afternoon to get some freedom, and then you got to balance the getting in bed and resting enough with all the walking around and all the events. So, and since most of this team hasn't been to a bowl game, I think they've handled all that well to this point. So, excited about the game tomorrow. We also had an overwhelming turnout yesterday to wrap the gifts for the troops, which was one of the highlights of the week, because our troops are over there fighting for us and really don't have a Christmas, and don't make a lot of money. So most of what they get will be the gifts that are sent from America, and both teams wrapped some gifts yesterday at 4, and that was really heartwarming to watch them. And then Coach Bateman talked to our players about the average age over there is about 19 years old, and the salaries are really low, and they're not home for Christmas. So that was a real special moment as well. And then the proceeds going to the USO and also for military families to travel makes this a special week at around Christmas. Questions?
What has this week been?
Ladies first.
What has this week been like for you guys in a level of getting closer, and like you mentioned, giving these guys some opportunities off the field as a program, getting this opportunity to be back at a bowl game?
We had Christmas last night, and it was really fun. All the guys, each of the staff groups had to do something with karaoke, and that was really ugly. It's a lot like my dancing, so it was pretty embarrassing for them. One even put helium in so they wouldn't sound as bad, and they sounded bad. And then Joe Hayden, one of our staff members, did the 12 Days of Christmas, and he had a different position group with each one, and that was hilarious. It was so much fun. So the guys can have a little Christmas before they come. They'll get home in time to have some Christmas when they get back. But I think the week's been really good, and it's pulled the team even closer together. And most of these guys have never been to a bowl game. So this is a wonderful experience for them. And I think if anyone had apprehensions about will it be fun on Christmas, they've had a blast.
With all the places you could have gone to a bowl game, how interesting and neat was it for you to see them come here, where it's not just fun, but it's a sincere educational experience?
I wasn't sure when we were looking at all the different opportunities, and then as it got closer to choices, I was really pulling for this bowl because parents can drive, fans can drive. Got a lot of fans and recruits in this area. We had open practice on Monday for everybody to come out. We had a good turnout there, and then I didn't even think about the educational part of it, but I've been overwhelmed with all this stuff. So I'm sure that it's been a great week of teaching and learning for our players as well.
And with all that, how has the preparation been? And you said beforehand, sometimes guys maybe are on their feet too much, and maybe they exude a little bit too much energy before the game. How do you guys balance that?
I thought Tuesday's practice was just okay, and you're changing routines, and you just got through traveling, so it's a lot different. And then I thought since then practice has been really good. Yesterday was great. They were really focused. We'll have a walkthrough here this afternoon and make sure that we cover everything. But I think we only missed one assignment on each side of the ball yesterday, which is really good for this early, and we'll correct that today.
What will you guys do from now until the game tomorrow?
What we will do is totally focus on Temple and ourselves. It's the bowl trip as it exists is over. It's game time. So we will have a team meeting at 1:15. Then we'll have special teams meetings, break up into offense, defense, and individual position meetings, and then we'll go walk through for an hour at the same spot at the high school we've been working at. Then we'll come back here and we'll have a chapel for them. We'll have dinner for them, and then they'll be able to go to a movie, and then come back. We put them to bed, and it's time to play.
Are there particular areas right now, having not played for a month, what are the sort of areas of focus or concern that are special in this?
Bowl games are very much like opening games. You have the same concerns. You haven't been hit really for a month. The ball carriers haven't been tackled full speed. Your kicking game hasn't been full speed. And usually it's the team that loses the bowl game more than wins it. There's a few things. Who has the best edge? Temple's 8-4. We're excited to be here, so I don't think there is an edge difference in this ball game. I think it's an even game, and both teams will be excited and need to win the game. So then you start looking at who's going to protect the ball the best on a cold day, who's going to get them more turnovers and take advantage of them, and it's usually kicking game. And those are things that you can't prepare for as well in an opening ball game. It pops back up in bowl games.
Back when you talked to your team about it, the importance of getting to win number 7 instead of, falling back here at 6 and 7?
Yeah, we don't get into numbers as much as we get into momentum. We've got tremendous momentum in our program right now, and we just had a great recruiting year. Fans are all excited. We sold out every game. And this would just be another step forward, getting us ready for spring practice. We've got 13 guys coming in for spring training on the 5th of January that are new to this team. Then you've got 2 transfers, and Bryce Watts and Kyler McMichael that aren't with us up here because transfers that are ineligible can't travel with bowl teams. But they'll be back on the 5th. So we need the momentum from this game to carry over into January, the off-season program, and get ready for spring.
In your past experiences, how long before the actual game, in a bowl game, do you generally have a good feel for how ready your team is to play a football game?
I think it's usually that Thursday, Friday. We were not in pads yesterday. We were in shorts, and it was real sharp. And if you're dropping balls and going the wrong way on Thursday, you're in trouble. And we weren't. We were locked in. And the other thing you don't want to do is you can't play the game on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So you don't want to lose your energy and be ready to play too soon. So today will be an important walkthrough just to watch them and see how they do. And with an early game tomorrow, we'll be in bed by 10 o'clock tonight and getting up early and headed over for the game.
One of the things you talked a lot about this year was how your team was learning how to prepare throughout the course of the season. Has this been a carryover from what you saw at the end of the regular season?
This is an important week for us to prepare because we're going to be in bowl games every year. And since we haven't, this staff's never been to a bowl game together. This team's some of them never been to bowl games at all. So this week has been really important for us to learn how to handle a bowl game. And we'll see how we do tomorrow afternoon. That's why everybody shows up. But I do think that after Mercer, we gained more confidence. NC State, we didn't have a great first half, but they really felt good at halftime and came out and played a great second half. So I'm excited to see us play because I feel like we're a better team right now than we've been all year going into this ball game.
Which of the younger guys that got more of a chance during last week took a step forward?
I would say so many of them played, so there weren't a lot of surprises. But Kevin Hester's a young guy that, as an interior defensive lineman, showed some promise in the week at home. So I felt really good about what he did.
Have you had any time this week to reflect on your first year back? I know you still have one more game. Is there anything that you haven't done yet this season that you're trying to get next tomorrow?
I don't think so. It's funny. So many of my friends have said, "Great, you got to a bowl," and all those things, and they're really nice. It's one of the things when you've been a head coach for 32 years, you get a lot of Merry Christmas text, and I still can't send them all. I can't make myself send them all one text back. I have to do it individually. So most of my time the last day and a half has been Merry Christmas to you, thank you very much. But most of them have said, are you okay? Did you enjoy this? Has it been what you thought? Has it been fun? And then all of my TV buddies have said, you okay? Is this good? And in reflecting back, it's been a blast. I'm really glad that Sally and I decided to do this. The players have been unbelievable. I cry around Christmas all the time anyway, so I spent most of yesterday crying when they were coming up, talking about how much fun they're having and seeing the look on their face. I got a wonderful text from Coach Fedora yesterday, good luck in the bowl game, and text him back and said, you'd be so proud of your guys that they've tried to do everything right to get here. So it's been a really good feeling being up here to be in a position that these guys haven't been in a couple of years, to give them some more fun.
I looked up, you did call, I guess, maybe 3 or 4 Temple games over the last few years.
I have.
Do you remember you kind of made a mini celebrity of, or helped make a mini celebrity of Nick Sharga?
Yeah.
You remember that guy?
Yeah, he was, I think it's more that he made it. There are a few interesting things about the Temple team, but the Temple Tough motto is one that Matt Rule gave them, or Steve Adazio. All these guys have been tough coaches, and the guys that wear the single digits are the ones that are the most celebrated players, and that hasn't changed. And Sharga he was blocking everybody and knocking everybody down and running over people and on special teams, and a great student and a great person. I just thought he was a tremendous player. And interestingly enough, I did a Temple game every year. In fact, I did one for Coach Rule. I did one, but I did 3 in a row, I think. But I did Coach Carey's game at Northern Illinois also with Bowling Green. So I've had a lot of the guys and watched them play, and it's been fun. But one thing we've told our team all week about Temples, they're going to run the ball, they're going to be physical, and they're going to line up and get after you on defense. So you better be ready to play.
You got a few guys within reach of 1,000 yards. Is that anything that you would consider or think about late in the game if you have a chance?
It's really not. It's all about winning, and the guys know that. We've told them not to make any decision this week that didn't have winning in mind. And if you do that, you're going to be fine. But we will not ever talk about individual awards. If it's the end of the game and Javonte Williams needs 10 yards, Jeremy might send somebody down and say, if it works, Javonte needs 10 yards if the game's already over, and we might try to get it for him or something. But we went through those years where, do you take Vince Young out in the third quarter when he's trying to win the Heisman and you're ahead, or do you leave him in? There's a chance he'll get hurt. Is it run up score on the other team? And we did the same thing with Colt McCoy, and I think you have to just win the game and go with your heart and do what you feel like's best.
All good?
All good?
Thank you.
Good?
Thanks.
Happy holidays to everybody.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy being here.
Same here, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.